This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Gamefly. Go to gamefly.com/TYT for your free trial membership.
So Alan West, 22nd District, Florida, unfortunately defeated Ron Klein in November. This Alan West character. I think he's a bigot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember prior to the elections, we did so many videos on him, and he's just hates the gays, hates everyone.
He certainly hates the Muslims. Keith Ellison is the only Islamic member of Congress from Minnesota. Keith Ellison's been there, I think, since '06. Alan West was on, well, my favorite show, the Shalom Show. Come on, how have I not been on the Shalom Show? How can I not get booked on the Shalom Show?
Look, let me tell you something. I know nothing about the show, but I already like it.
I love the Shalom Show. How am I not a guest on the Shalom Show? How was I not considered to host the Shalom Show? I love the name. I can't believe there's a show called the Shalom Show, and I didn't think to name a show the Shalom Show. So during a recent episode of the Shalom Show, host Richard Peretz asked Alan West how he planned to cope with his regular interaction with political opponents, in particular Keith Ellison, who the host described as someone that supports Islam. He's a Muslim. I mean, it's like saying, what do you plan to do with Joe Lieberman, who supports Judaism? Yeah, he's a Jew. I'm a Jew. I support Judaism. I'd also like to point out that I support Christianity and other religions. Actually, I don't really support any of them, including Judaism. Then West answered the question. And so anyway, we have Richard Peretz's question on the Shalom Show. Wednesdays at 8 on ABC. You'll hear Richard Peretz's question and then Alan West's rather hostile answer. Here we go.
Since you're with a new crowd, people you haven't really met before and will be very closely associating with in the future, including Keith Ellison, who supports Islam. How will you manage that, if I may ask? Because it's not really easy to be that polite often with individuals one totally disagrees with, which I believe may be the case.
Well, I think it's most important that I stand upon the principles that people elected me to go to Washington, D.C. and represent them on Capitol Hill, so that when you run into someone that is counter or someone that really does represent the antithesis of the principles upon which this country was established, you've got to be able to defeat them intellectually in debate and discourse.
Someone who run into someone that is counter or someone that does not really represent the antithesis of the principles upon which the country was established. What part of Keith Ellison, first of all, let's point out that what he said doesn't make any sense. So when you run into someone that is counter, or someone that really does represent the antithesis of the principles upon which the country was established, in what way does Keith Ellison represent the antithesis of the principles upon which the country was established? I'm sure Richard Peretz had a great follow-up question planned on the Shalom Show. I don't know, man. How does this guy win? How does this guy beat Ron Klein in Florida? And I don't know, is he going to win again in 2012?
Who knows?
I don't know, man. It's brutal. It's brutal, and nobody's going to do anything about it. Is this story going to get on, the NBC Nightly News? Is it going to get on World News Tonight? It's going to get on the CBS Evening News? I mean, nobody cares if you take a shot at Islam. You really, in general, unless you make a big, grandiose shot at it. This guy's a sitting member of the United States Congress. I mean, we're, to some extent, we are fighting two wars in countries where that's the dominant religion. We got a whole part of the world that thinks we're at war with Islam. That as long as they think that, it's going to make achieving our goals of sort of a lasting peace, to make it okay for your kids, and hopefully if I have kids at some point, and Cenk's kids, to sort of live in a world at peace, where the resources that we need, where we have access, if you forget about sort of, alternative energy, let's say we never do that, and, and the guys in power win, and we never get alternative energy. High fives, and that we have access to that oil and safe access to that energy, and obviously we want to be able to do that without fighting, right? Then it's relevant that we don't have guys like this talk about an elected member of Congress from Minnesota, for crying out loud, is not running counter. Why Keith Ellison should punch the guy in the face. He won't, but he should.
This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Gamefly. Go to gamefly.com/TYT for a free trial membership.